Hello students, lesson number 8 pollution, and under this lesson we had seen the air pollution, natural and man-made reasons of the air pollution, and today we will see the next part, that is the air pollution source and its effect. So first of all, the main gas which is responsible for the air pollution is sulfur dioxide, and its formula is SO2. S for sulfur, oxygen, and 2 for di. So sulfur dioxide is the formula. So this gas is there, from where it is releases in the air. So the main source of this gas is the factories, where the coal and mineral oil is used as a fuel. Okay, so here the factories where the coal and mineral oil is used, from this sulfur dioxide is emitted. And what happens when the sulfur dioxide is emitted in the air, to the its effect on the living organisms we will see. So irritation of the eyes gets irritated, respiratory tract disorders are there, and excess mucus, cough and breath. These are the symptoms seen on the human being when the sulfur dioxide is increased in the air. Next gas is there, carbon monoxide, CO, carbon monoxide. It is emitted by the vehicular and industrial smoke. When the vehicles and the emit, as we know that the vehicles run on the mineral oil, okay, like petrol and diesels, and when that oil is burned, at that time the carbon monoxide is produced, and in vehicle and industries inside, this mineral oil only we are using to get the energy. So this carbon monoxide is released from it, and because of carbon monoxide, what happens, lowered O2 means oxygen level is becoming low, and then carrying capacity of the blood means oxygen carrying capacity of the blood, what happens, it decreases due to the excessive carbon monoxide. If it is present in the air, then what happens, the oxygen carrying capacity of the blood is decreases. Next it is the oxides of nitrogen. Then where it get emitted, that oxides of nitrogen, vehicular smoke is there, from it emits into the environment. So what is the effect of this oxides of nitrogen? Irritation of respiratory tract and the lungs. Okay, here irritation takes place, where in respiratory tract and the lungs inside. The next part is it is the particulate matter. So vehicular and industrial smoke is there, from it comes into the environment, and because of it, what happens, the respiratory diseases are spread. If you see here, the air whenever we are breathing, we are taking the air inside our body, and so many diseases related to the air pollution are related to our respiratory tract. Then next it is the dust particles. When the vehicles are passing, at that time what happens, small dust particles are there, it floats, and because of this only, what happens, vehicular and industrial smoke is its source, and silicosis is the disease. What happens, it is effect we can see on the living organism. Next it is the pesticides. As we are knowing, to kill the pest from the farm, what happens, farmers, they are using the pesticides, and because of that pesticides, here production and use of pesticides, whenever that pesticides are produced, at that time also, and when we are using these pesticides in our farm, at that time also, what happens, it pollutes air. So because of these pesticides, what happens, mental weakness and death due to the prolonged exposure. Means continuously, suppose we are using such pesticides in our farm, and due to this, what happens, death also occur due to this prolonged exposure of these pesticides. Okay, and mental weakness. Next gas is the methane gas, it also what happens responsible for the air pollution. So it is emitted into the environment through the industrial leakage. If industries get leakage, this gas is enter inside the environment, and it is poisonous gas, so it is poisoning. Skin cancer is its effect, asthma, respiratory diseases. These diseases are spreading because of the which the methane gas. Now here we had seen the air pollutants. Which air pollutants are there? Sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, oxides of nitrogen, particulate matter, dust, pesticides, and methane. These gases are there, those are responsible for the air pollutions, and its sources also we had seen. And most of the places, the vehicles and factories are responsible for this air pollutants, and due to these factories and vehicles, these air pollutants enter inside the what air. And here its effect, and most of the effect of these air pollutants are on our respiratory tract, and the diseases like asthma, then cancer, such a diseases are spreading due to this air pollution. Now, do you know the worst ever industrial accident? The worst ever industrial accident had been occurred in the Bhopal on the night of 2nd December 1984. Okay, in this tragedy, the so many people are died because of the gas leakage. So 8,000, how many people they gave here? 8,000 people had been died due to the accidental gas leakage. So in Bhopal gas factory, inside the accident takes place and gas were leaked, and due to this what happens, 8,000 people get died because of this gas. Then collect more information about the Bhopal gas accident. So today your homework is that you have to search Bhopal gas tragedy on the net, and you have to collect more information regarding to this. Okay, so discuss the nature of accident, why this was happened, reason behind it. After that, after the accident, which are the after effects that you have to see, and the preventive measures to prevent this such a type of a accident, which precautions we have to take. You have to write information regarding to this. Okay, so all of you take out the information from the net and send me. Next, effects of air pollution on plants and animals. As we seen that sometimes the trees which are near the roadside, they have the blackish layer we can see on the leaves of these plants. And why this is because of the when the vehicles are passing on the road, the small particles of the dust, then the soot, that carbon particles or the smoke particles just settle on the leaves of the tree. Okay, and due to this what happens, the leaves are covered with the black layer of the soil particles, otherwise the that smoke, and due to this what happens, this particle that trees become looking black. And because of this what happens, the photosynthesis is there, it cannot takes place in the proper way in that plants. So here also we will see some effects of air pollution on plants and the other animals. Here we had seen with on, that is the on human being, which effects are there seen because of air pollution on the human, and here it is plants and the other animals. So first of all we will see plants. Just now I told you the example that when the vehicles are passing, then what happens, it dust particle and the smoke particles get what happens, cover the leaf. Okay, and it looks blackish. And because of this what happens, the stomata, as you know that what is the function of stomata in the plant leaves, the stomata's function is the respiration. Okay, and if it is get covered with this such a type of particles, black particles, then what happens, the leaves becomes what, they will not expose or they will not respire properly. Okay, because stomata are closed. Next, slowing down of the rate of photosynthesis. As we know that the green colored chlorophyll, it is present inside the leaf, and due to this what happens, the photosynthesis takes place in the leaves. But when the leaves are covered with this such a type of substances, they will not expose directly to the sunlight, and due to this it affects the rate of photosynthesis. And next is if photosynthesis will not take place properly, they will not prepare the proper food, and so the growth is retarded, leaves fall off, means its leaves get fall off and becomes yellow. These are the effects are seen on the plants, means stomata closed, slowing down the rate of photosynthesis, growth retarded, leaves fall off and becomes yellow. These are the effects are seen on the plants when the air pollution when the air pollution takes place. And the next in the animals inside. Okay, so animal inside, the respiration is the adversely affected. Okay, so the respiration is there. In this process we are taking, if we are taking the polluted air, then what happens, it creates the respiratory diseases and irritation of eyes are irritating. Okay, so these effects are seen on the plants and the animal. Next it is the, what is the importance of ozone layer? What is the importance of ozone layer? As you know that sun rays are what happens, enter inside our environment. Okay, and before entering in our environment, they have to cross the ozone layer which is around our earth. This is suppose our earth, and this ozone layer is present on the above the earth. Okay, and what is the formula for ozone layer? Its formula is O3. O3. And whenever the sun rays has some useful rays and some are harmful rays, so UV rays, ultraviolet rays and all, you had see listen actually. So these all rays are enter inside the what, earth's environment. But if ozone layer is there, the useful rays of the sun only enter inside the earth's and atmosphere, and the remaining harmful rays are what happens, they are repelling from that ozone layer. So the ozone layer works as a strainer. Okay, strainer inside what we are doing, whenever we are straining the tea, at that time the tea powder left inside the strainer, and that only the tea is collected inside this cup. Okay, so same thing is there, the ozone layer is the strainer of the earth, so it is very important. So here what is the question given, importance of ozone layer? The ozone layer allows the useful sun rays to enter inside the earth's atmosphere, and the harmful rays are there, what happens, it get repelled from there only. So what is the reason of depletion of ozone layer? As we know that we are whenever you are reading the newspaper, you will get the news like ozone layer depletion problems are there we are facing, and this is because of the cold storage. Otherwise, so this ozone layer is depleted because of the cold storage inside, that chlorofluorocarbon is there, this gas is emitted, same as carbon monoxide, these gases are there, they are responsible for the depletion of the ozone layer. Okay, when air pollution increases, then what happens, this ozone layer get deplete because of these pollutants. Okay, mainly that is chlorofluorocarbon is there, carbon monoxide, these gases are there, those are responsible for the air pollution. Next it is the air pollution and on plants and animals. So we will see this picture. So what is given here, see here, energy emitted by the sun is absorbed in the atmosphere. Suppose this is if you see this picture, here it is, the sun rays are coming from the sun. Okay, and these sun rays when these sun rays enter in the atmosphere, so what happens, energy is emitted by the sun is absorbed in the atmosphere. Okay, and this energy is absorbed. So here what is given, energy emitted by the sun is absorbed by the earth's surface. As we know that when in afternoon time we are feeling hot in the summer season, because there is a sun rays directly falls on the earth, and it gets absorbed by the water or the soil which is present on the earth, and then atmosphere and infrared radiation. So these things are seen in this picture. So what is the discussion given here? See here, depletion of ozone layer. So just now I told you the example earlier, we have studied that ozone layer is present below the stratosphere. Okay, and how much is the height? 48 kilometer from earth's surface. Suppose this is our earth surface, so above earth surface, the 48 kilometers above the earth surface, there is a ozone layer, that is O3. O3, and that layer is present and it works as a strainer, just now I told you. So 48 kilometers from the earth surface, it protect the living world of the earth from ultraviolet rays. So UV rays are there, they are what coming from the sun, and this ozone layer protect the living organisms from this UV rays or radiation from the sun. However, nowadays ozone layer is getting depleted due to the following reason. So what are these reasons? So here it is given: greenhouse effect and the global warming. Greenhouse effect and the global warming. So greenhouse, as we know that now number of greenhouses are present around in different places, and this global warming, and due to this greenhouse effect, one of the reason is what global warming means environment's temperature increases. This is called as a global warming. Though CO2 is present in very less quantity in atmosphere, as we know that CO2 is present in very less quantity, it plays a very important role of absorption of solar heat. So because of this CO2 which is present on the earth's atmosphere, that CO2 absorb the sun rays. Okay, and due to this what happens, the temperature of earth atmosphere increases, and if the temperature of the earth and atmosphere increases, it shows the global warming. Over the last 100 years, what is the given here? Over last 100 years, the proportion of CO2 has been increased due to industrialization. The reason behind it, CO2 is why it is increased because of industrialization, and the use of the number of vehicles is increased. Due to this reason what happens, CO2 is increased in the environment. And effect of this CO2 on earth's temperature is nothing but greenhouse effect. What they told you, the effect of CO2 on the earth's temperature is nothing but the greenhouse effect. Similarly to CO2, nitrous oxide, methane, CFC, just now I told you that's chlorofluorocarbon, C for chloro, F for fluoro, C for carbon. So also trap the heat. So these gases are there, though trap the heat inside the earth's atmosphere only. So it is not get reflected, and due to this reason what happens, the earth's temperature is increased, means global warming we are facing now. So these gases CO2, nitrous oxide, methane and CFC are trap the heat, and collectively they are called as a greenhouse gases. So which are the greenhouse gases? The greenhouse gases name is the carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, methane, CFC. These are the greenhouse gases, and they trap the heat inside the earth's atmosphere only, and due to this the global warming we are facing, means the temperature of the air is increased due to this global warming. The next point is the global temperature is gradually increasing because of these gases trap the heat, sun's heat inside the atmosphere only, and due to this what happens, the global temperature, global means whole earth's temperature, is gradually increasing. Okay, temperature is increasing, and due to greenhouse effect, and due to this what happens, atmosphere changing. Nowadays we can see the exact timing of rainfall or untimely rainfall. These are the effects of the what, the global warming. Due to this what happens, atmosphere is changing. In olden days in our India, exactly 4 months winter, 4 months summer and 4 months rainy season is there. But nowadays the summer season is what happens, we can see summer season is extended. Okay, so what happens means rainy season started, but then also what happens, rain is not falling, and due to this is because of this what, global warming, means because of these greenhouse gases, that is CO2, nitrous oxide, afterwards CFC. These gases what happens, they trap the sun's heat inside the earth's atmosphere only, and due to this what happens, the sun temperature of the globe increased, and this untimely rainfall or these symptoms are seen now, causing disturbance. If rain is not falling properly, then what happens? It causes a disturbance to the agricultural yield also, and distribution of wild animals. Distribution of wild animals. As this the temperature or the climate changes, it directly affect the wild animals. Small microorganisms get affected due to this. Icebergs and glaciers are melting, causing the increase in the sea level. Okay, as we know that ice, if we kept it, ice temperature if we increase by 1 degree Celsius, 1 degree Celsius, then also it starts melting. Okay, and because of this global warming, what happens? The ice from the icebergs and glaciers are start melting, and it increases this water was, what happens? It is enter inside the sea, and due to this, what happens? Sea level water is increased, and its effects are seen on this environment. So today we seen the effects of air pollution on the plants and animal. Okay, so today we will stop here only. Have a good day. Okay, thank you.